Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to your usual scheduled episode of Vintage Story, where it is turning into spring in the game and here in real life. Where were we? We started early planting, worked on some of the principles of irrigation, which I shall now have to implement, hunted a pig, which we are now going to cook. And that's going to be the first protein I've eaten in the game since late fall, I suppose. Right. Let's see what happens today. Hope your week's going well. Oh, hang on a moment. I just need to make sure that YouTube is up to speed. There we go. Right. And can I hear my own game? Let's see. So, yes, irrigation is a bit of a problem. I'm going to have to basically dig out along here, fill that with water, rinse and repeat all the way across. That's the one thing I'm going to have to do. Just to keep everything at 75%. I'm also going to have to start considering crop rotation. So, a lot to do. What time of day is it? It is 10:05. Might as well get on with some of the hard work I've got to do, which is I've got to sort of dig out down here, fill this with water, rinse and repeat. Unfortunately, don't know how, if I have to. Oops, I'm getting hungry. As you can see, we have food. So, yeah, this is going to be a bit painful. Yeah, because I'm going to have to sacrifice some of my crops in order to get this to work properly. Water effects are interesting. And I'm wasting some seeds, I know, but I'd rather get this done now than later, so to speak. Still, I'm recollecting some of it. Means I'm going to have to extend the farm quite a bit. I'm sure there are some people going to say, no, you're doing it all wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I've got a better solution to the whole irrigation issue. So, and hang on a second, I've got a horrible suspicion. I don't have this set to... I do not. Thought the game buds were sounding a bit quiet. Now I know why. Also need to experiment a bit with other things, which I can't remember right now. Alright, let's make a quick shovel. And it means I'm going to have to extend the farm quite considerably, but it seems unavoidable. Right, that's in principle our irrigation channels. Let's go and start, I guess, filling it with water. I hope this works. Where's my bucket? Ah. Oh, I'm also going to need that. So we will fill in the bits that need to be filled in. So we're good, we're good, we're good. And where's my hoe? Did I still have a hoe? I do. Wow, all I can say is grass grows tremendously quickly. All right. There we go. I don't actually know if I need to have full blocks for this, but I might as well. The other thing I've kind of learned is I do need to start putting a ditch around here. Whoops. Because in principle, hares can spawn on grass, and I don't know under what circumstances. I mean, I kind of hope they do, because I want to capture some. Still, this looks like it's going to go quickly enough. All I've got to do is be patient. Fortunately, you can refill from a partial block. The water physics remain as malleable, maybe is the word. It's Minecraft. It's kind of weird that it doesn't wash away the grass. All I can say is that grass is growing terribly quickly. From what I gather, basically, if there's grass, hares can spawn. I don't know more than that. They also recommend that you have a 2-block deep. Hang on a second. Ditch around the whole farm to trap animals. I didn't actually, in the previous growing season, see anything particularly. Oh. Got to wonder what this is doing to my CPU in terms of how much effort is put into right. So that's irrigation in principle all set up. Of course it'll probably freeze tonight, but at least I've got it done for now. I can always come along and break it later. Oh, that's kind of funny. All right. So let's replant some of my seeds. And yes, I lost some, I know. Oops. I'll just have to deal with that. Yeah, so I'm going to have to extend the farm considerably, I think. Oh well. Necessity and all the rest of it. So in principle, this should all stay at least 75%, which isn't exactly optimum, but it's better than what I had previously. And that is a dreadful loss of seeds. Huh. It's getting positively balmy out. Yeah, okay, there we go. I'm not sure if that's any better, but still. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm going to have to... But sooner or later, I can almost see I'm going to have to... dig some kind of fence around it. I'm probably going to extend further that way and this way, at least as far as here. In a way, it'll be kind of interesting to have the challenge, shall we say, of dealing with hares. Not sure what else might spawn in, but I kind of hope they do, because I want to get hares and breed them. It's going to be easier than dealing with pigs. Pigs are still lethal, as we noticed yesterday. Right. Progress of sorts. Thing is, I actually think that's more than enough for me to plant the rest of my seeds. Who knows, it might be sufficient as it stands. Right. It is getting late and it's getting cooler. Let's treat ourselves to food. And if it doesn't go below -5, I'll start planting out the rest of the stuff tomorrow. Yeah. First protein since... Wow. Yeah, long time. And let's see, I need to do something with oiled hide. I think I need to do oiled hide. Let's see, I don't know how many I need for that. Sorry, I've got other hide down here. That's... Don't know how much... Oops, that might not have been the best idea in the world. No, okay. And that cures over a period of days. I think it's 24 or 48 hours. Finally getting some protein in. You don't get a lot, even from a large pig. But this is the closest I've got to a celebration in the game. Yes, I am putting away that, aren't I? And thank goodness for peat. That really helped me through the winter. Couldn't remember what I was doing though. Right. So, what to do? I mean, there is so much I could do. Don't need that. So, tempting tomorrow to go and see if I can't find another pig or something. Ooh. Forgot I'd made that. I've been gone one day and I forget what I'm doing. Temperature is it? Yeah, so if the temperature doesn't drop, we will risk planting some of the other stuff. At some point too, I do need to consider, like I say, crop rotation. Good news is I do actually have saltpeter, bone meal, and actually that reminds me. Do you know, I don't actually know how big my farm is. Now that I think about it. Right. Yeah, so I'm completely out of vegetables. Of course I am. It is kind of tempting just to sleep the night away for a change. But I do want to see how cold it gets. And the best way to do that is stay awake through the night. So what we might do is make some more bread and that seems excessive, but I might as well while I'm thinking about it. Watching the temperature there. At some point, there apparently is a way of hooking this up to something like a windmill and automating this, which would be awfully nice to have. Another thing I want to do at some point, I don't want to, I want to see under what circumstances I can kill a bear, is shield and falx enough to keep you alive long enough to kill it? can say the bronze fox killed the pig a lot faster than I think I was previously used to, and I managed to do it somehow without actually getting hurt. I think because the first strike I got in got it to the point that it wasn't really thinking about attacking, more like running away. Yeah, this is the, I won't say meditative equivalent of watching paint dry, just a little bit. It's not even as meditative as panning sand. Right, dough coming right up. Where's my... Oh, there they are. I think 16 loaves should probably keep me going for a while. I don't know if you can do anything particularly useful with little scraps of flour, but oh well. -1. Okay. Nowhere near as bad as it has been. Nice to get some protein down my neck. The hides I've got down here will probably rot, which is, in a way, it's fine because I can make compost out of them. Morning, Tony. How are you doing? Well, I just redid my farm a bit to have a better irrigation system. And I cooked and ate a pig. And I think tomorrow, in the game, if it doesn't get too cold, I think I might risk planting everything else. I would sleep through the night, but I do want to keep a check on the temperature. But for right now, I'm also making bread, which I nearly forgot about. And this is what it's come down to. Bread and flesh. Coffee. I do like this background removal. It recognizes that I'm holding something. It does something similar with the microphone. If I move the microphone into view, you can see the microphone. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, so you can see I'm holding it, and it recognizes it. If I let go, it realizes I'm not holding it. I think that's actually very cool. I hit it repeatedly with a falx. You know, so the traditional way of doing it. It was out back where there are bears. Yeah, I'm very impressed by this background removal. It seems to be adaptive. Like I say, if I hold the microphone, it recognizes that it's there, and then when I stop holding the microphone, it says he's not holding it anymore and erases it. It's really quite impressive. Yeah, yeah. I'm assuming I don't know whether it's using um the Mac Mini does have, I think, 16 neural cores. I think. I have no idea if they're being used for this. I do know that trying to do the same thing on the Linux system was terrible. And that was claiming sort of neural processing to do the background removal. And it didn't work very well and was slow. But oh yeah, no, it's well, I mean, you know, technology advances. I mean, I remember when the first graphics cards came out. I think Quake was one of the first games that could take advantage of 3D acceleration, and that was 30 years ago. Yeah, it was actually 30 years ago. Back then, I recall there was a sort of prediction that, I mean, back then you had, and you can still get them, audio cards to handle audio tasks. And then you had the graphics cards, and then there was talk about physics cards as well. I think now with physics cards, they've kind of been subsumed somewhat into graphics cards. We never did get physics cards. Yeah, I think graphics cards have kind of taken that over. Yeah, you don't need a sound card anymore. I mean, you can still get sound cards. Hey, Gwendolyn, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. It's -3. I think coldest temperature should be in a couple of hours in the game. So if it doesn't go below -5, I'm going to risk doing the rest of the planting. I am going to have to. Tired and not tired? Right, so we got brand new food. This is my last of my... Oops. It's almost the last of my turnips. -4. It's getting down there. All right. do I want to make anything else at this point? Yeah, you can start to see what I did. Oh, we got some snow in the night. Yeah, to keep the moisture levels as high as I can, yeah, you have to end up doing these strips of irrigation like this. It's like making what would you call it? Sugar cane in Minecraft. I don't think this is the most... Is it the most effective pattern? There are effective... Do you know what? There are more effective patterns of ways of doing this. If I went with one strip, and then two... Yeah, this is not effective. I could do better. I won't sort it out now, but I'll remember later. Hey, Dunny! Hello, Peanut. Oh, we got down to -4. Okay, is that all? Because most of my crops are cold resistant down to that temperature. Yes, I know you can do 3x3 blocks with a hole in the middle. But only, yeah, yeah, that's another way of doing it. Hey, look, there's various ways of optimizing it. Well, yeah, but every block's getting water now. At 75% moisture is as high as I can get. I'll worry about optimizing it later. It's not that important as long as I got the crops in. Honestly, I didn't think... I have optimized sugarcane and that kind of thing in Minecraft, but honestly, I was just more concerned with getting it done than anything else. I'll sort it out. Why do people put crops underwater? Does that work? No, I wouldn't do that. Yeah. Looks like I might be able to do the rest of the planting. Well, that is strange. Probably too early to be doing this. Some of the water will just freeze over again. On the other hand, this is nothing else sort of traditional, so there is that going for it. Yeah, okay, we only got down to -4. I'm going to risk putting the rest of the crops in. And I got room to expand. If necessary, I'll just build out another farm. Yeah, so all this is at 75%, which is about as good as you can get with irrigation. It's not perfect, but it will work. Bye, Gwendolyn. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you have a good day. So, yeah, it didn't get any colder. What effect does this have? Alright, I think we're just going to bite on the bullets. Oh, I was going to make a wrench so I could rotate stuff. So, this is down to -5. That's down to -5. That's down to -5. Onions, no. Okay, so I can get planted with everything else. And yeah, I'm aware of crop rotations. I'm going to have to sort, once I get a few crops going, I will sort that out. And actually, it turns out this farm is too big for the number of seeds I had. This is all the seeds that I managed to collect. Yeah, that's all the seeds I managed to save, minus the few that I lost when I put the ditches in. Don't want to land in the water. If this was Minecraft, you could put torches in probably to keep things from icing over, but I don't know if you can do that here. What does the water do besides your crops? That's it. That's the whole purpose of it here. Is to keep the crops hydrated to 75%. Which means I should get full yields, but I don't need to, at the cost of a bit slower, and I don't need to what's the expression? Can't remember what the expression is. That's almost the last of my turnips. Right. Yeah, that looks slightly pitiful, really. Let's yeah, I found the pig over here. And this is also a bear region. That is, there are bears. I've seen bears here. Is that a bear or something else? That is... oh, wolves. It's the local wolves. And that is also a wolf. And strangely enough, I do need the hides and the fat. So, not sure if the shield protected me at all, but heck, it's better than nothing. Don't mind taking on wolves or pigs, it's the bears that are particularly scary. That was probably more damage than I really needed to take. But that's going to have to be something I do on a fairly regular basis. It's the only way I've got of getting fat, which I need for making some forms of hide. So but yeah, that's slightly scary. Hey, and I need the bones for bone meal. So no, that was actually about as it wasn't too bad. And the shield did take some damage, so hopefully that saved me. I've got to get the timings right for that. Because, hang on, let's see. Oh, I can actually keep the shield up. And, yeah. So, that's the first time I think I've actively tried to use the shield. So, I should be able to make oiled hide out of that. And that's my only source. I also not. Oops, hang on. Let's drop the bones. Bones for bone meal. And let's stash away the flesh for eating later. And that is officially the last of my turnips. Now I'm down to either porridge or bread. Yeah, this was not an efficient way of doing it. I should have thought about it for 5 minutes. Let's go see if we can. Yeah, this is all going to get very messy. But reason I'm coming up here is because there were root vegetables up here at some point. You see butterflies have reappeared. There is at least one bear I've spotted in this region. That is flax. I probably just ought to take the seeds. That's used for thatch over there, so that's a useful thing to know. Aha. Onions. Let's do ourselves a wee bit of an explore. Okay, so we got crops growing, which is nice. Not our crops, of course. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to spend some time here because there is useful stuff for making thatch. And I never got the roof properly thatched last time. But like I say, I know there's a bear in this region. And to be honest with you, I don't want to have to deal with bears. Maybe later in the year when I'm more certain about surviving the trip back. Wolves, I don't mind trying. Pigs, yeah. Bears, not so much. But yeah, you can see it's oh no, it's only 1 degree, but yeah, this area is definitely warmer. Ouch. Oh. 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 Ooh. Very tempting to so 2 more samples. Oh, got that wrong. Okay, I was advised, yeah, if you come across an area like this, to, yeah, sample the ground. Everything's starting to come back. Foraging is back as a possibility. I do like the way they've done the change of seasons. The water thing comes from sort of a combination of Minecraft and I think something I'd seen. And it was something I experimented on a bit. The idea of irrigating was in my head throughout a big chunk of the winter. So yeah, I experimented. Are you kidding me? You got grass spawning underwater. That's irritating. So one thing I might need to do is, yeah, put a ditch around this. I think it's supposed to be 2 deep. I can already see potential problems with that. what I think I'm going to do is stabilize things. Where's my... Let's grab some cobblestone. Seeing as I've kind of established this as the size I'm working with, for now at least, is... yeah. Essentially, extend the path around. So I don't have to... It snowed underwater. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, so I'll sort of extend the path with some silly idea that I'll stabilize the ground. So that I can dig out beyond it and hopefully not have everything just collapse on me. Because I am acutely aware that I had that happen before. Look at this. Yeah, I don't like the idea of digging down 2 blocks next to just the raw soil. So... because everything likes to collapse, doesn't it? Yeah, like that. And like I say, I am not likely to forget in a hurry the minor disaster that was my first attempt to do some building. It's interesting that flint still has a place. Yeah, that you could just see there, the ground collapsed underneath. Not a great thing. So, no grass here, so nothing should spawn. And then I put... yeah. Yeah, that's a valid point. Actually, now that I think about it. If I put a ditch here, I'm going to have to dismantle... I could. I'm going to have to move everything back at some point. Including this. This is going to have to go back. Still, minor progress, I suppose. Oh, the other thing that I was advised to look into was poultices. Apparently you can make stuff out of that. So, That's probably what we're going. Oh, look, my trees have sprouted. Oh, I was also advised to make shears. Look at this. The weather must be getting better. My little local forest has sprouted. Well, some of it has. Yeah, and the lake is starting to thaw. Hopefully, fairly soon, the fishing update will take place. The next version of the game is supposed to include fishing. At the moment, your idea of fishing is basically to find your fish and hit it repeatedly. So some proper fishing would be a nice idea. This is almost looking like I know what I'm doing if I cut off some bits. Yeah. Hey, little nugget. How are you? Good to see you. So, do you know what we're going to do? We are, in fact, going to move some of these back a bit so that I've got space to maneuver. Stop it. I'll feed you in a minute. Oops. Oh, wrong place. Here we go. Yeah, just to give myself some space. Oh, look! The first butterfly of the season in this area. That's actually kind of nice. Alright, let's get his hungry tummy fed. Fortunately. So that's... Oh, that's new. Yeah, those are going to spoil. I'm not too worried about that. Those are curing. Those are curing. Getting there. Doing something at any rate. Yep, I do know you, little nuggets. I won't say a bit like me, because obviously I'm not that young, and I don't do rodeo, but I do keep busy. And that actually reminds me, my bladder is reminding me, so I am going to take a quick break for a couple of minutes, and then I will be obviously right back. So I will leave you with the intermission. Right, and I'm back. What was I doing? Oh yes, cooking wolf up. I'm glad I don't have the limitations of the long dark on eating wolf or bear. Right. It's gotten to be a habit. All the low fertility soil gets turned into packed soil. Actually, I ought to start keeping some of that on me. I wonder if you build up on a bear attack, you know, sort of. How high do I have to be before a bear can't actually hit me? I don't know the answer to that question. I got a suspicion I may find out. It's very tempting, you know, to actually go find a bear and see how if I can antagonize it, and then how much I have to do to kill it. That would be an interesting sort of experiment. Wow, that doesn't do a lot for me. You know what? I might as well make don't need that, a shovel. Seeing as I'm probably going to be doing quite a bit of shoveling, I might as well do it properly. That is a shovel mold. I've got a pickaxe that I'm good for. Falx. Shears. I need to consider shears. Shears are recommended apparently, so let's make some stuff. So I need 42 copper, I think. Hang on. 42, yes. And let's see, 12 bismuth. And I think it's 24 of this. I think that's right. Let's see if I got the numbers right. Let's see. Oh, no, hang on a second. I want a crucible. So let's see if I remember this correctly. No. Apparently not. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Okay, maybe it doesn't like. Hang on, that's brass. It was 14, 8, and 4, wasn't it? And I'm doing 3. Maybe it just doesn't like the numbers. Oh, wait a second. Do you know what? I can't remember the numbers for this. Okay. That's not quite correct. Is it? Will I settle for that? Okay, that'll work. Going to need my tongs. So that should be 100, 100, and 100. All I can say is that must be an extremely large crucible. One thing, Tony, about playing this game, and in fact Hightail, is that if you previously played Minecraft, you do get some insights into things. I think it's probably more applicable to Hightail, but I think it applies to this as well. Given that they're both based on Minecraft, that makes sense. Yeah, so the idea of using water in the fashion that I've done there really comes straight out of simple sugarcane farms. But as has been pointed out, there are optimum ways of doing that. So an optimum sugarcane farm should work in this for optimum irrigation. And yeah, 1 block surrounded by 3 would work. So 1 block of water surrounded by 3 blocks, and then you have, yeah, you can do that. And there are optimum patterns for sugarcane farms, which I should have thought of before I just went willy-nilly into doing this. There we go. I'm not sure about the advisability of sticking wooden tongs right next to extremely hot molten metal. Right, so shears. Shears are actually recommended. Copper shears, bismuth bronze shears, and I do it by smithing. Oh wow, yeah, that's definitely worth doing. Okay, shears. Apparently, life is made much easier for picking up sticks if you have shears. Shears apparently are very good at that, so we shall. Oh, I'll still need my tongs. And I will need my hammer. Although this hammer will very rapidly disintegrate, I think, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. That's why I have 2 hammers, and then as I need it, I will replace my hammer. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to get another ingot just in case I make a mistake. Because I did that last time. Right, so let's see what I need to do with this. I need to spread it out. Let's see if I can get this right. Oops, nope. Yeah. Oh, I'm already, I think, made a mistake. Going to need another. No. Yeah, I'm going to need another bronze ingot, and I got a suspicion that was my bad. Yep. It's a shame I can't spread that sideways, but it doesn't seem that I can. Let's see. Nope, it doesn't let me do that. I'm going to need another ingot. Yeah, definitely going to need. I don't think I had enough to start off with. Yes, I think I did. I think I sent hearts to everybody's cats too. Yep. So to hello to everybody's fur babies. Did I see Dani in chat? Or was that my imagination? I am making shears. Shears are useful for all kinds of things, so... Ah. Right, let's see if I can do this. Oops, that was wrong. Right, what was I doing? I was trying to spread things out. Okay. This takes surprising concentration. After all this work, the shears had better last an awfully long time. There we go. Shears! How long do they last? That's a lot of durability. I find it terribly amusing they're depicted as having attack power. Right, we've got a decent shovel at least. What's next? Oh. Actually, it's kind of fortuitous, seeing as if I want to spread the farm that way, I will need to move those. So, yeah, the basic principle is for too deep. So here's, again, here's my understanding. It takes a bit of concentration to figure out which direction you want to hit things in, and a lot of practice, which I don't have. So this is almost spring-like. It is only -2. So let's see. Yeah. So yeah, my understanding is hares can spawn on grassy surfaces, presumably like this. And if they can do that, they can attack your crops. Now, it has to be said, last time I didn't have any problem with hares, but if they are more likely to be a problem this time round, then it is recommended you have a 2-deep trench or a fence. Actually, the best option might be simply a fence. It would be easier. Except, of course, that that can happen. All right. It's very tempted to go after the other wolf, but my goodness, you get through bread awfully quickly when you don't have anything to supplement it with. And I am now at a point where, yeah. A funny thing is, I think I sort of envisaged in my head that come spring, I was probably going to have to do more foraging. Now that is the the other wolf, I believe. Yes, it is. Come here, Wolfie. Well, I must admit, I wanted to check out this tree, because this looks weird. Oh, it's a pear tree. Huh. I have no idea what that means. Dormant. What does vernalized mean? I'm going to have to check on that. And there's a bear. Right over there. I think that's a bear. And it's obviously going to stay over there. So yeah, my idea is do the iron golem technique. Pillar up. And then see if you can't hit the bear from here. But apparently it's not going to cooperate. Which is probably fine. This is where I got the pig last time as well. It's in this immediate area. But in order to take on a bear by pillaring up, I'm going to have to spot it in advance, obviously. Otherwise, I'm going to be restricted to sort of crouching down. What time of day is it? Oh, it's only 8:45. That's good. Now, it's all starting to thaw. The funny thing is, I look at all this and say, oh, it's thawing. I can already feel how slushy it is. Yeah, I have messed up forging. I did fix it, but it was irritating. Oops. And now I need to start thinking about another hammer. But we are definitely not going to be able to go galloping across the lake anytime soon. It's now getting to the point where I could very easily just fall in. Yeah, I think fence might be a better idea than actually, do you know what? I could do a combination. I could put a fence around and dig a trench in a couple of areas. Yeah, I think that's what I'll end up doing. Just in case. Now, I did do some prospecting down there. Now, this is where I died last time, was right here. As you can tell from the RIP tombstone. Oh no, that's only growing. If this was the long dark, I'd be looking at the sky thinking, that looks like a blizzard. So I'm just having a look around, seeing what's happening, so to speak. Got a suspicion when it comes to wild crops, the best thing is simply grab the lot. Let's have a little experiment. Oops. What can I get if I just... Oh, I can just get the seeds. I can get some carrots as well. Okay. Now, at one point, there were chickens around here. And I need to start thinking about catching chickens. Used to go after raccoons here. And where are the chickens? That way. Oh. I'm a long way from potential chickens. Oh boy, I'm running out of bread. Yeah. This funny thing is, traditionally, this is actually the hardest time of the year, despite the fact the weather's improving. Yeah, because everything's growing, nothing is necessarily immediately edible. Well, I'm in the chicken area, and I'm not seeing any. Maybe it's too early in the year. Yeah, looks like picking up every single wild growing crop is a very good idea. Oops. If only to get the seeds. So I think we're going to make that our policy. Which I'm not getting this time. Wow. That weather does not look very good. Oh, there's copper. Which I'm not going to pick up. Do not like the look of this weather at all. In fact, I think we are just going to make a runner for it, and just in case this is something that I have, well, obviously it's not something I've experienced in the game. It does not fill me full of... Okay, we're all right here. Not exactly filling me full of hope, confidence. Plus, I don't like running around in low visibility. As those who have watched me in the long dark will remember. Yeah, that was interesting, isn't it? I haven't experienced that. Did I see something go hoppy? Did I see a hoppy animal? Don't know if we are. at the point where I can plant onions. If it doesn't drop below 0, onions have become a thing. But wow, there is some wind out there. Oh, please don't tell me it's going to do a sort of a late March blizzard. Not impossible, I suppose. Can't tell whether these are counting down yet. How is this growing? Well, I will have carrots eventually. I think I need to start immediately thinking about putting a fence up, which we will now immediately start to think of, or do, or implement. I don't know, I might have enough to actually... 3 onions, 3 carrots. Is that enough? I think I need... Hang on, that's got... onion pie. Let's see if we can't give ourselves some extra nutrition. Ah! I don't have quite enough. Ah. It won't let me add little bits. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I completely forgot. Oh, fence. Fence, 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 fence. Fence. Wooden fence is boards and sticks. Boards and sticks. That'll be a good start. Yeah, I'm going to need a whole bunch more sticks. Yep. Stick collection has just become a thing. Yep, okay, sticks. Might as well start getting that going. And this is where, oops, shears should come in. Because apparently this is the most effective way to get them. Use them on the trees before you cut them down. Oh yeah, that works. Most definitely. I kind of knew this, but I didn't realize they were so effective with shears. I'll tell you what. Oh, it is getting late. I thought it was earlier than that. I was going to say it doesn't look like. I didn't think it was as late as it was. I was thinking, yeah, that really looks like it's going to blow a storm. I hope that's not the case. It turns out there are late winter storms possible. I'm going to get quite irritated. Alright, let's... Did I pick everything up? Oh, hang on a second. I just realized I got a minor issue with one of my previews. Excuse me a moment. Oh, network error of some description. Right. Hopefully that resolves that. Right, what are we doing? Making some quick boards. Where did I put... Does anybody know where I put my saw? Wow. I've picked up quite a few. No, I didn't. Hang on, I thought I had. Oh, there we go. Picked up quite a few maple seeds. Wow, that's almost feeling sustainable. Where's my saw? Oh, it's on the wall. It's on the wall. I hung it up in a moment of... Right. So I need boards. Yes. Now I can make... Hopefully... bunch of... Oh, that doesn't make a lot of fences, does it? I need still more branches than I actually have. Oh, no, wait a second. Nope. Alright, that's going to help. Somewhat. And tomorrow, first thing I'm going to have to do is make food. Oh, blast you. Oh, it's no good. It's pitch dark. I'll have to finish that off in the morning. All right. Progress, though. I'm the fencing is so that animals can't get in. In principle, hares and maybe other things get in and eat my crops. So if I put a fence around it, maybe they won't. I did notice I can't jump over a fence, which is very Minecraft. So hopefully a single fence will do it. And then I can put a trench in to trap anything that tries, maybe. Because that would be useful. So that's interesting. Why did that stop playing? Never mind. So I'm going to get on for now. Oh, that's something else I need. I need a wrench at some point. So yeah, I'm going to get on. I'll be back in about 2 hours with the long dark. Yes, apparently animals will come and eat your crops. In principle, hares can spawn on grassy areas, but I don't know the mechanics beyond that. I don't know how far away you have to be or anything like that. So we'll have to see as the year progresses. So, as I said, I'll be back in a couple of hours with the long dark. What am I doing in the long dark? Heading back to Coastal Highway, I think, to make pemmican. I've got to go all the way back to Coastal Highway to make pemmican. So hopefully I will see some of you then. If not, hopefully I'll see some of you eventually. Hope you all have a good day. Thank you all very much for watching. It's much appreciated. And I will see you all next time.